What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Tonight's stream, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Snowrunner. Recently just purchased it for the PC. And yeah, I'm just starting it all over again, basically. Starting afresh. And to be quite honest with you, I don't mind that because for the first 3 maps are my favourite. Hands down, you know, this game is absolutely fantastic. And with the new Season 8 finally out, with the last DLC, I thought, you know what, I'll just jump on it. I'll rebuy it for PC again. Obviously, I've got or should I say, rebuy it for the PC. I did have it for the PS5, or still do, and yeah, I just got to start all over again. So, like I said, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. I hope you're all doing well. Like I say, this is absolutely fantastic. Playing on the base maps again. Beginning maps, you know, absolutely love it. Right, let's get the old truck fired up. Take the handbrake off, that'd be a good start. But yeah, like I say, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little minute since I've actually played Snowrunner. You know, it's a bit of a spontaneous stream, I'm not going to lie. But I thought, just getting back into the swing of it all, it should be nice to stream it, have a chat, you know, Saturday night. But yes, starting it all over again, I don't mind. Obviously moving from the PlayStation side of it to obviously coming over to PC, I've got to start it all over again. But it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. I can think of worse games to start over again on, to be completely honest. Old Bridge reconstruction. It's been a little minute since I've done this. I mean, even with the tutorials popping up, you know, all the little hints and stuff. It's a bit of a joke, I'm not gonna lie, but I miss these old trucks. You know, sometimes even just starting afresh, you know, it makes all the difference, doesn't it? But of course, as the new season is out, I will be showcasing it on the channel. Not going to jump into it straight away, because obviously I've got to unlock a few things and buy a few trucks and stuff like that, but the moment I do, and the moment I get a few upgrades here and there, you know, I'll be sure to do it. And obviously the mod limitation no longer exists for me, so I've been downloading like crazy, just trying to find some decent mods, recollect all the same ones that I already have, you know, like from the mod browser. Thankfully, when you sign in, it remembers all the mods which you subscribe to, so you know, it's kind of decent, really. I think it's going to be like concrete slabs now. Oh no, wooden planks. Amazing. I mean, the good thing about The good thing about starting all of this again is mainly the map knowledge. You know, I mean, I remember this map like, you know, like it was yesterday off the back of my hand, so thankfully setting waypoints and stuff isn't going to be a huge thing for me. My oh my, doesn't feel good to be up. We'd be back playing Snowrunner. Absolutely love this game. Gorgeous, in fact. You know, I mean, when it actually comes down to it, you know, for trucking, you know, for trucking simulation and all that sort of stuff, for consoles especially, it's probably one of the better simulators to actually own. You know, especially if you're using a wheel as well. You can't argue that. Snowrunner has always been, it's always got a special place in my heart, this game. And I'd be very, very interested to see whether they actually bring out like a, because obviously Season 8 is the last of the year 2 packs. So I'd be very interested to see what they decide to do, whether they decide to, you know, announce a new game, or they decide to bring out like a year 3 pass, perhaps. They have said though that if they're going to be making any new maps, that they're not going to have like real regions. I think that's simply down to politics. But we won't get into that, but like I was saying, you know, it's just a shame of how much of a dent politics really has on the gaming industry, which is a real shame. Remember whether I can just, I think I'm going to leave that trailer there for the wooden planks, because even though I wouldn't mind carrying around another trailer, it's just not feasible, especially with the truck setup that I've got at the moment. Maybe when I play around with a few of the mods, you know. Great fun. I mean, mods, they do ruin the experience. Like if you're a new player to Snowrunner and you just come in and download all the mods and just go absolutely nuts on your map, you can essentially terraform, you know, and where you would go through on like with an overpowered truck, it make it extremely difficult to go through with the vanilla truck. So, you know, you just got to be careful, but obviously play however you want to play. Once I get a garage open, dabble about, buy some trucks, and continue on from there, essentially. Now, I always found that some of the upgrade parts for the vanilla trucks, this is where it gets a bit technical now, because with the mods, they aren't really necessary. If you want to play the game through, like, purely, I suppose, with the vanilla trucks, then that's probably your best way of going, really. It's just going around collecting all the upgrades as much as you can, really. But if your intention is just to use mods, I mean, overall you can just do that afterwards. They don't really hinder your progression if you're using mods. So, playstyle for everyone, I guess. I was going to say though, one of the biggest problems that I've always run into with Snowrunner is you're almost kind of forced in a way to use mods, especially with the newer maps, because I think the developers, they kind of know, you know, that we're going to use them. So I think they just design their new maps based around the anticipation of people using modified vehicles, which, let's face it, a lot of us do. It's kind of hard not to. I mean, my first ever playthrough, I never messed around with any modded trucks. In fact, all I did for the longest time was just use the vanilla trucks and trailers. And then, obviously, when better modified trailers were coming out, stuff like that, you know, just things which don't really affect the game too much. You know, I was using the modified trailers, and you know, if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily want to use modded vehicles, that's kind of a good way to go, really. In fact, we'll just go down to the garage. I think that's around the back. Remember coming through here, absolute nightmare. I never really understood what the whole really sort of like what the whole purpose was to having road tires, like highway tires. I never really understood that, because they don't actually give you any sort of benefit to actually playing the game. Yeah. Of course, if you was going to be playing like highway hauling or something like that, you know, one of the modded maps, then that's fair enough. But in terms of like base game stuff, there's no real purpose for them. I like some. Oh yeah, I forgot. This thing's like having two Roman candles at the front. Like I say, anybody that's watching the stream back, you know, if you're interested in joining, you know, just let me know. You know, multiplayer for this game is fantastic. It's basically designed to be played with multiple people. You know, so I mean, it's just something that I'm particularly interested in doing, to be honest. Good old garage. Garage discovered. Yay. Okay. Oh, this needs all the repair parts, doesn't it? Well, to be completely honest with you, we probably won't even need that. Amazing. Yep, we know all of that sort of stuff. Submenus. Brilliant. We'll go to the truck store. So this is where the fun begins. So what have we got here? This is money by the look of it. So what's that? Plus 1 million. We'll just purchase. There we go. Right, so now we've got some money to play around with. Now, that's what I said. I downloaded a fair few mods. So it'll all come down now to the job description, I think. Now, I did have a Peterman, which was good. What's here? Kenny C500. That was also a really nice truck as well, the Kenny C500. What have we got for off-road? Why not? Let's go for the Kenny C500. It's been a long time since I've used that. Absolute monster. Right, what engines have we got? Extreme. Oh wow, yeah, that's probably a little bit too much. Power to weight. Oh, that's an S. I don't really want to go for extreme. I'll probably go for the upgraded V2. Off-road fast gearbox. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Suspension heavy hauler. Oh, we'll go for the ultimate one. What we got here? Chained. "65-inch mud tires." That is crazy. That's all excellent anyway. Yeah, I think we'll just go for those ones. They seem okay to me. There's no point going around with like 60, you know, like 65-inch tires on. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Right, what have we got there? So I'm just going to play it safe. Oh, we got all the log carriers and the flatbeds and stuff. Medium logs. Just want a standard. What's that? A silver bed. Service tank. That's a very small flatbed. I'm not too sure whether this one actually supports just normal framed beds. It doesn't look like it, does it? Saddle high, saddle low. There's a silver bed. Alright, okay. We'll just go to truck storage again then. Because I want to be able to put like a nice flatbed on there without any sort of trouble. R&R Customs. It's the heavy duty wrecker. choices. This is the problem, isn't it? You know, you download too much stuff, you just don't know what to use. Find that quite a lot, actually. Screw it, let's go for the Peterman. Yeah, let's go for the Peterman, because I remember using this, I think it was on my Wisconsin map. And I absolutely loved it. Oh, we got that one. Let's go for that one. We want, what's this? A slider box. This generation used auto mode, the truck will not move. Okay, I'll just go for special off-road then. Suspension, stock. Tune custom. Ploughing duty, eh? Well, I think we'll just go for raised. Right, now we've got the tyres. I think those ones will do. Always go for the autonomous winch if possible. The amount of times I've flipped over, it's crazy. Is there any point for spare wheels? I mean, I guess, because it's there, it kind of fills the space. Intake air filter. Screw it, we'll do the... Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All-wheel drive. That's going to be a must. Hauler flat deck has 2 slots. Oh, you got all the garbage disposal, ambulance. They've added an awful lot of stuff since I last played for this. Heavy duty saddles, crazy. What's that, a 2 slot as well? Oh, so there's no real difference between them. One just comes with parts and one doesn't, so it's not a problem. Heat shields. I'm not. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That can just stay like that. Bug deflect. There is so many things to choose from. Okay. Roof. Not too sure if I like that. Don't need a plow. Motorhome office. Go for triple horns. Lighting. So we want a reverse light kit. Get some double raised beacons as well. LED fog lights. So this is all new as well. Roof fog lights. LED head fog lights. I think they're pretty cool. I'll chuck some of them on. Oh man. just go for recovery for now. I was going to say that list is just so long. Oh wow, yeah, no, we want lots of smoke. What's that? High smoke. Yeah, we want lots of smoke. More smoke the better in my opinion. And rims. I swear there's a lot more options on the PC side of it in comparison to the console side of it. I never remember there being that many options. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, nice red. Right, let's have a look at the interiors. So we've got bobblehead. So we want the bobble radar. That's always a nice little addition. What have we got here? Accessories. I believe there is one. There's one there for parts. These are all just money. Pipe monster. Sure. Stereo stickers. I ain't gonna worry about all that for now. Please travel to the Alaska region and complete the traveling tutorial first. Okay. Global map. You have a garage waiting for you here. This is your primary base of operations for the time being. Let's get inside, select the garage. Okay. See, I don't ever remember being able to do that just to quickly like jump straight into the garage from like that main map. I could be completely wrong, but oh, it's a shame, you see, because I know how to do all of this stuff. Yeah, but I don't want to explore Alaska, that's the thing. Traveling 2 out of 8. Are you joking? Let's have a look a minute. There we go. Oh, thank goodness for that. I was like, I don't want to go through all of that all over again. I know I said I'm starting again, but I mean like damn, you know. No, thank you. Not today. as much as I would like to go around and explore everything again, you know, I think I'm just going to stick with, you know, just trying to get something going here first. Come on, game. I have to go to the map again and go into the garage this time. Thought I clicked on the garage, but... There we go. Amazing stuff. Right, now we can actually get the ball rolling. So, map, let's have a look. So, Husky forwarding, farming tools, curtain side trailer. Easy enough. Absolutely beautiful sound. Almost like in high gear. Might change. Excuse me. Oh, I just realised. I've just gone completely... just completely ignored the mission marker. I'm supposed to deliver it to the farm. I've just done that trip. Oh, man. You know what they say about this game is if it looks like a shortcut, chances are it probably isn't. Falling victim to my own demise there, I think. Right, let's try this again, shall we? get this show on the road. You know, like I say, it feels really good being back playing Snowrunner, and I'm very interested to see what this new season is like, especially after the, you know, season 7. I wasn't really impressed with season 7, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and obviously them taking the direction of farming and like agricultural stuff. You know, I mean, it's almost like Snowrunner wants to be farming sim, you know. It'd be very interested to see how they've intertwined all of that. Simple. Right, next mission going. Wet harvest. 2 bricks, 2 wooden planks, 1 metal beam. So I'm thinking, yeah, the bricks are up there. So I could always get. A go up and get the 2 bricks. But where am I delivering them to? To the farm. So I'm going to need a trailer. So I can go up and get the bricks first of all, and then come back, grab a 2-slot trailer, and then head down to the lumber mill and the town storage thingy, which I think would be a pretty good idea. And of course it would make a lot of sense if I was to activate the mission. I know there's a lot of trailers around with like existing materials already on, but what I found when I first played through the game is that if you just leave those later on in the game when you actually need those materials and you don't fancy running back and forth to get these things, you've got like a surplus that are already on trailers for you. So I try and only use them when I'm, you know, sort of like a last resort. Of course, play it however you want. Just make sure that it is up. Welcome all that's watching the stream anyway. Like I say, I hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Sound of that engine is so impressive. do try and stick with, well, my general rule of thumb when I was playing on the PS5 was to always try and use a truck that's got permanent all-wheel drive and diff lock on at all times. I always find that those trucks are very, very handy to have. You know, they do a phenomenal job with pretty much anything. I think the moment like you stop and you lose your momentum just to switch diff lock on, it can be quite crippling. You know, I mean, I would absolutely love to see a new title. The likelihood of it is that they are probably going to end up just bringing out like a year 3 or something. The year 3 pass. That's what we need. But that was one thing that really dawned on me, really, was because there is a lot of progress that you make in these games, and having to almost start again, it can be a little bit off-putting. Like, for me, I was contemplating whether it was actually going to be worth purchasing this game again for the PC, but now that I'm actually here, I mean, it's on sale right now for Steam. You know, you can get the year 1 and 2 pass and the game for like 40-something quid, so it's a bit of a bargain, to be honest with you, and I just couldn't pass it up, you know, being as good of a game as it is, you know, but also being able to have no limit when it comes to the mods as well. That's something that used to really annoy me, just only being able to have a select few trucks at a time. So it's nice to be able to actually have quite a decent fleet without having to worry about like storage space and stuff. But I can't express how much I absolutely miss playing this game. There's nothing really like it, is there, at the minute? So yeah, can't forget to grab a trailer as well. I'm gonna need 4 slots in total. Wooden planks and beams. Just try and be a little bit more organised this playthrough. You know, coming back from the knowledge that you obtain when you play through it for the first time, you can kind of work out the kinks, can't you, on your second, third time go. Let's try and grab ourselves a trailer. It's got a metal beam on it already. Like I say, I'll leave that for later purposes, because right now, I don't mind doing what I'm doing. Mainly, whatchamacallit, metal beam at some point. What are we looking for? We're looking for a decent 2-slot trailer. How's it going, Munchies? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Snowrunner is a good one. Snowrunner is a good one. Like I say, originally played it on the PS4 and then moved over to the PS5. So I've actually bought the game and all of its DLCs twice. But it's that good of a game. Excuse me. It's that good of a game. I couldn't pass up the offer, to be honest. Right, so we're looking for like a 2-slot. Screw it, we'll just take that one for now. The one thing actually that I really do like about this is that there's no deadline. You imagine if there was a time limit of when you had to, deliver the cargo, it would be crazy, especially with the terrain and some of the areas which they want you to go through, But let's change the time of day. Like I say, anybody that wants to take part, anybody that wants to join in, you're more than welcome to. I have no obligation, no problems with that. And it doesn't necessarily need to be, my map. I'm more than happy to play on anybody else's map. I just enjoy playing the game, Yeah, I mean, I don't have all of the vehicle packs, because I just feel that it's not really necessary, especially when you've got all the mods to your disposal. It just seems a bit of a waste. But of course, if you're like one of those purists, that like to play the game with just straight up vanilla trucks through and through. Everyone's got their own preferences as to what they want to do, haven't they? So, right. Swing this around. We will go and grab the wooden planks. I'm going to do those first. We'll do them after that. I mean, I'll probably do them first, and then it means that I can just make a straight run back. But yeah, this is one of my all-time favourite games. I have covered it a lot on the channel previously through the PS5 version, you know, and I mean when they brought that up to speed, you know, as if it didn't look, you know, good already, you know, I think they did an amazing job. Yeah, that's it, munchies. That is it. You know, I mean, for the new player, I've always said, you know, just try and get yourself familiar with how the trucks handle and how all the features work before jumping into like a stupidly overpowered model truck. You know, just terraforming your map. You know, we've all been there. Run through with like a stupidly overpowered truck, and then you try and get your little vanilla truck through it. It just doesn't work that way, does it? Well, you can, but if you know, if you've dug yourself a hole, there's not really much you can do about it. Just pull yourself out. But of course, I mean, the only hindrance for multiplayer is that people leave trailers and stuff around, you know. That's an annoying part, but not only that, you can't change the time of day in multiplayer. Which I wish they would honestly change, because sometimes it's just annoying driving in the dark. Oh, yeah. Another thing with these as well, you honk your horn, they break. Sometimes they blow over as well. I always get fed up of these stupid little signs that, you know, you run over it and you get like 80 engine damage. You're like, okay, I see how it is. Top up on a little bit of motion lotion. Like I say as well, I will be covering the new Season 8 at some point, try and give a sort of general impressions, a little bit of a verdict as to what I think about it. Like I said, I wasn't too impressed with the Season 7, but you know, they got to try new things, I suppose, so you know, I give them credit for that. In my opinion, the farming is a bit jank, but overall I will take this as a proper redemption for whatever Season 7 was. Interesting. Yeah, because I know that a lot of people, they didn't really have high hopes for Season 8 based on Season 7, just down to the direction of where that went. The map wasn't too bad, but what done it for me was the arrows kind of pointing you, you know, kind of telling you to go this way. And the whole point of, you know, I mean, if you're like a veteran player, somebody that's played it from the beginning, you know, the whole fun of it is to create your own routes and find your own way through the landscape, the terrain, the vegetation, whatever it may be, you know. And Season 7, it was just, you know, the whole racing and everything like that, and then needing to have somebody else to do the co-op races and stuff. It just wasn't for me. And like I said, with those arrows that were kind of pointing you where to go, I don't know, it just felt a little bit of a backstab in comparison to obviously what we were used to beforehand, the Snowrunner. I think they just kind of went a little bit mad with it. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Right, to the old farm we go. But yeah, like I say, I'm really glad that I'm really glad that the year 2 has finished, and I really look forward to seeing what they plan on doing in the future. I've touched on it already before, but whether there'll be a year 3 pass or whether there'll be a new game entirely, we won't know until obviously that time comes. Oh, did they? Like I said, Munchies, I haven't played, I haven't played this game in a little while. But if they have patched it for solo players, that's good, because that was a massive hindrance for me when I tried to do it. You're going through the map trying to complete the objectives, but you can't complete the map because you needed another player in order to do so. I just didn't think that was really right. A lot of people liked it, but the vast majority of people didn't really get on with it. For me, the first 3 maps, particularly this one, obviously Smithville Dam, and the lake, I can't remember what it's called now, Drowned Land, I think it is, or something like that. The first 3, I just like the simplicity of it. Just going to the objective, picking up and dropping off. That is what I like doing. But with some of the newer DLCs, like Wisconsin and all that sort of stuff, getting supplies to then put in, with the generators and all that sort of stuff to get to produce the materials and the cargo. I don't know, it just felt a little bit stretched out. They were trying to bloat it, I think, to kind of keep people busy. The first 3 maps, Alaska, Russia, and this one is pretty good. Wow. Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, I'm not really surprised, Munchies, to be honest, that they've added quite a lot to this one, because I mean, it being the last sort of season of the year 2 pass, they've obviously got a lot to do between now and whatever they decide to do next. So I can imagine it is quite bloated. But whether it's tedious work or whether it's actually fun is two different things, isn't it? Either way, if you're a big fan of Snowrunner like myself, stuff like that doesn't really bother me, but I do prefer the just the classic style of picking up and dropping off. And that's kind of why I'm not really fussed about having to start again through the PC side of it, because I really enjoyed the first 3. I mean, when my PlayStation first packed in, I lost all my game saves So I had to do it all again on the PS5, and now I'm having to do it all again on the PC. So been promoted through, brilliant, amazing stuff. Right, let's see what the next objective is. Yeah, Michigan was good. The essentials. So that's to Smithfield Dam. So I will leave that for now and just see what's available here. Deliver to the factory 2 bricks and 1 metal beam. And then it says a saddle height is required. So that's the trailer up over there. And that's the heavy fuel tanker. Semi-trailer. Okay. Not a problem. So we will detach the trailer and delete it. And then we will recover back to the garage and see if we can buy ourselves another truck to deal with this. These are all mods as well. Yeah, that's heavy off-road. I mean, I could always just potentially just use the truck that I'm using, but do I? Yeah, I think it was Munchies, yeah. Yeah, do you know what? I think I am just going to customize the truck that I already have and just put a... I can't remember whether it said a saddle high or a saddle low. Oh, that's going to be frustrating, isn't it? Right, we will try the saddle high. Go to the mission which we have selected. Saddle high, yeah. Brilliant. Right, is that just at the tail end of the farm? Yeah, okay. Right, let's get this thing started up. You know, it's not that I don't enjoy, obviously, crafting the materials. It was just, sometimes it can be extremely tedious enough, you know, without actually having to, you know, to do all that stuff on top of what you've already got to deal with. You know, for me that was just a bit of a pain, and especially if you start losing stuff and tipping, and oh, it can really make you rage quit, essentially. Especially with those quarries as well. You know, they could be a real nightmare. You know, sometimes you try and get all of the, you know, get it all done in one big swoop. But the game is designed in such a way that sometimes if you try that, you end up getting your trailers stuck. It's just a nightmare. There's no other way to really put it. Just turn it off and come back a week later and remind yourself why you stopped playing it, you know? Yeah, limited quantity. You really had to kind of like plan ahead. So if you were going away with like going in one particular direction and you were passing like metal beams or something or cabins, it was always good if you had an empty trailer just to fill them up and drop them off if you were going that way anyway. You know, that was what the game initially wanted you to do. But a lot of people, they just go over there and find out what they need and then double back on themselves, and you know, you just learn the hard way. There's no easy route when it comes to Snowrunner, and you definitely pay the price if you don't pay attention. It's very time consuming when you don't pay attention. This will be fun. Missing oil rig. Well, they obviously weren't looking hard enough, were they? Too far back. This is where it's going to tell me that it's too far away. It says please install the... Wait, what? How is that not the appropriate... Please install the appropriate saddle. Do you know what I think's happened? I think that the modded frame add-on for the saddle high, I think that's what's done it. This is the only real downside to having mods, essentially, because some of them don't actually work. So saddle high AGL and the saddle high, so if I install the normal saddle high, I can guarantee you when I go back it'll work. I found that as well with a lot of the modded log trailers too. It's just a bit of a nightmare. But it's not like it was too far away. Just put a little bit of a delay on time. You know, these guys should definitely try and attempt the busing game. I've always said it, you know, I think they do a really good job. I think tomorrow, as it's Sunday, it'll be a nice chilled out stream. You know, I think I'm might touch a bit more on Construction Simulator. I haven't really played that much. But we shall see, or I might just continue playing on this. Lots of bus stops on these new maps. Oh, they added NPCs, have they? Oh, it's because I'm in high gear. That'll be why. I'm like, why ain't the thing reversing? I wish that they added the ability to use a shifter though, because on Mud Runner you were able to. I just don't understand why you can't on this one. I mean, I suppose you can kind of remap, you know, but that takes time. Nobody likes to do that. Right, where are we going? Right, deliver it to the factory. That's the trailer store. That's the warehouse. The factory is down there, so I just need to continue on up past. There's no easy way around that. Continue on up past the warehouse and just keep moving forward. Yeah, but it's still, even when you do remap it, it still doesn't function like a real shifter would. You know, you can map it to select obviously the specific gears that you want to use, but for me, I don't think it works as good as it should. But I mean, ideally, what we need to do is get a scout vehicle out and get all these watchtowers done out of the way. I suppose the good thing is, as well, is with that radar mod, you don't really need to grab the watchtowers. Just do it on the go. Like I say, I appreciate you all coming in. You know, if you are new here, you know, consider subscribing, liking, turning that bell notification on. Like I say, I do cover a lot of simulation games here on the channel. We do have a Discord channel as well, if you're interested in joining that. You're all welcome. The support is greatly appreciated, I can assure you that. Also, as well, some good news for the 300 subscriber mark. I've got a nice little giveaway set up as well. That will be announced through the Discord this time round. But yeah, that's basically my goal, is to reach 300 subscribers and then do a little giveaway. So last time I did like a spin the wheel type thing, and it was all right, but it was a bit anticlimactic, if I'm honest. But I thought not everybody can get in, not everybody can watch the streams due to, you know, different time zones and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, to play it fair, what I'll do is I'll just do it through the Discord this time round. That way everybody has an opportunity to participate, and then obviously when the time comes, I'll just announce the winner. Last time it was a I think it was a PlayStation voucher. It was an option out of a Xbox One or an Xbox voucher or a PlayStation voucher, but I think this time round I'm going to give people the option, if it does come to doing vouchers, I'll give them the option for a PC as well. As my way of like saying thank you, giving back to you guys, because like I say, your support and everything is just absolutely insane. Beautiful scenery though. This is what I'm saying, you know, even for the PS4 it was really nice to play on. You know, it just shows you what can be achieved. See, now this is where the permanent diff lock would come in use. I suppose I can stick it into high. Do that. I've got like a tree branch on the hood. Just noticed that. It's coming along for the ride. Oh, I'm fairly confident. You know, I remember playing this mission through without mods. This first map as well, you know, like I wasn't completely familiar with everything, and it was just an absolute nightmare. I actually ended up getting like the trailer snagged in a tree, and that was pretty much the end of it. I probably spent the best part of nearly 2 hours trying to get the damn thing out. Crunchy that. This part of the map as well. Oh. You know, I used to just deliberately come out to these areas and just deliberately get stuck and try and get my way out of it. In fact, I've managed to get out of some of these situations a few times just by having a crane and using the crane to kind of push myself up if I've tipped or something like that. Should make things a little bit easier. The game always wants you to go round there. I never do, I just go straight through the middle. Check. Make sure I am going the right way. Yeah, do all right. Once I've delivered this, I've then got to do 2 bricks and 1 metal beam. Yeah, it was that huge trailer in front of us that I got stuck. You know, like that little gantry walkway up the top of it. It got wrapped in a tree. It just took me forever to get the thing out. Oh yeah, I'm just driving through it now. Is that here? Usually it disappears, but this time round I don't think it's actually doing that. I think what I'm going to do is go and park it somewhere. Just out of the way. We'll just leave it there for the moment. Let's recover back. Now, I might go to the truck store real quick and have a look at potentially using a different truck for this side of things. That's heavy, that's off-road. In fact, let's have a look at some of the scout vehicles. Oh no, customs. But I am going to need a pretty hefty truck actually to get through all that. I think I actually, did I? Yeah, I put one together. Need to customize it. Put like a, I don't know whether to put a flatbed on it or put a saddle on it. That's a 2 slot right there. Screw it. Should we just put like a... Oh well, that's pretty cool. I love hauling those, get those wheels in. I bet you this is going to say to me, I can't put a trailer on it due to the setup. Yeah, I bet. Or maybe not. What's that? That looks like a cool, nice little 2 slot. Brilliant. Set up and roaring to go. Does this have any suspension stuff on it? Operate slider, repair. We've got 2 slots, 2 slots, 4 slots, so that's cool. Well, look at the interior on this. Sound like. Good thing about this one though is that it does have permanent diff lock and all-wheel drive on, so I'm not going to have to worry about changing down. You know, that's something which always, I don't know, I mean some people like to manually do it, but I feel that the majority of the time it is nice just to be able to just to not have to worry about changing those sorts of things. But Munchies, if you're still here, man, and anybody else for that matter, if anybody wants to, you know, join in at a later time, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be tonight, you know, it can be whenever, but if anybody actually wants to jump on and, you know, play it, you know, I'm down for it. You know, download whatever mods you have and all that kind of stuff, and help you out with your map. Oh yeah, it's a nice little setup, that Munchies, actually. Thing is though, I mean, what I try and do is spice it up and try not to use the same truck over and over and over again, because it is quite easy to do that. Yeah, you can get the you can get like the 12 slot trailers as well. They're ridiculous to use. They are. Yeah, nice one, Munchies. No worries. You know, for anybody that's, you know, not comfortable with talking as well, I mean, you don't have to talk. We can just use the stream. I'm happy either way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I have done streams before using some of the longer trailers, you know, just for shits and giggles, really. And I've kind of surprised myself sometimes. I mean, especially with the long metal pipes that you have to deliver in Alaska. You know, those ones can be a bit challenging, but. I've just realised I could have just used that metal beam that was already at the garage there, but oh well, we're here now. There's the metal beam. Do we have... I think that's a metal beam there on the side as well. Oh no, that's bricks and something else, vehicle spare parts or something. Right, let's go pick up some bricks and then we will deliver it to the factory. But yeah, like a multiplayer series is always something which I've really sort of wanted to do, even with being on the PS5 as well, you know. But a lot of people that have kind of committed to it and then it's not really gone anywhere, and you know, I really want to get some form of multiplayer series going because it's a fantastic game, and I think that, you know, if we can all help each other out, you know, I'm all for it. Yeah, that's it, Munchies. That's literally all it is. It's just thinking you can do it in one go with just one trailer, and you run into so many problems. That's why I try and do like bed and like a flatbed attachment, and then like a 2 or 3 slot trailer, because maneuverability is a very important thing, especially on some of the maps which, you know, you're very prone to tipping. The Russian map with all the rocks and stones and boulders and stuff as well, that one can be a bit of a pain, especially trying to use long trailers. I wouldn't recommend using long trailers on that map actually. I could have completely just, I could have just left that trailer back at the garage there, and just only hauled the metal beams across and then picked the trailer up as I went past. But I misread it, and I thought that it said wooden planks for some reason. I think that was to do with the previous mission which I've just done. Mine's a bit mashed potatoed, you know. Yeah, dolly hitches are my worst enemy, especially when it comes to reversing. You know, it's not even just this game, it's farming sim as well. But there should be an option for dolly lock, but I've noticed that not all of the dolly trailers actually give you that ability, which is a bit strange. This truck isn't too bad. I don't think I'm going to be using it again though. See how easy having permanent div lock on just makes things, you know, you just go through things with ease. Damn, doesn't feel good to be back playing this game. Like mayonnaise. Is that right, Munchies? You know, this game is so underrated as well. So underrated. You know, this is the one game which I tried to push people towards getting, you know, when it comes to reviews and things like that. If you're looking for a trucking simulator, then, you know, this game, it really does tick a lot of boxes, and you're not just confined to obviously driving in mud. You know, there are modded maps, you know, highway hauling, you know, stuff like that. You know, you're not really limited to just driving off-road or on ice, snow, whatever the case may be. And obviously having the ability to have mods as well just makes the experience 10 times better, doesn't it? brake on. Right, so I need 2 lots of bricks. And then off to the factory I go. You know, I made the mistake once of putting the force feedback all the way up playing this game, and then when I went onto the Russian map and was going over all the stones, the steering wheel tried to evict itself. Easily a 5-star, highly recommend from me. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's on sale at the moment as well, which makes it even better. You know, it's games like this and games like American Truck and Euro Truck, you know, where if they was to bring out a DLC or if they was to make a new game, they're that creditable for me that I wouldn't hesitate. You know, I would buy it if they was to bring a new game out. You know, I wouldn't kind of think twice about it, you know. And I think that's a really good viewpoint. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, this. You know, I wouldn't really call it, like you say, I wouldn't really call it a fully fledged sim, because there are obviously elements of simulation, more so towards the settings point of view, you know, which kind of spoil it a little bit. But nevertheless, it is still a good game either way. But they've done a really good job with obviously the physics, the balancing between the environment and the trucks themselves. You know, I can only imagine how hard that must have been to get that right, you know, considering hardware usage and all that sort of stuff. You know, finding that perfect balance between the two, they've done an excellent job. Mudrunner, yeah, Mudrunner was a good one. In fact, I feel that Mudrunner did a better job with the physics in comparison to this one. And it really does teach you the fundamentals of everything that you really need to know. Like, you can apply what the knowledge that you get from that game and make you a much better player on this one. But of course, you know, Snowrunner does have more content. You know, it does have a lot more to do within the game. So, you know, I mean, if you just want to drive around and deliver fuel and wood, then that's the game for you, you know. No worries, Classical. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. You have a good night, man. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. What's going on here? Ooh. That's a bit strange. There we go. I think he just didn't have the power to pull it. Take it easy, man. But the low gear saved the day. Yeah, I never played that either. But I think for how far this series, the franchise has gone, you know, and how well they've done, how, you know, they've succeeded very well. You know, got to give credit where credit is due. They have done a phenomenal job with it. Of course, there's room for improvement, but despite that, you know, in comparison to some of the simulation games that we get for console, you know, this is definitely, like I said before, a credible one, to the point of where, you know, at least we have that, you know. Be very interested, like I said, to see whether they decide to make a year 3 or year 3 pass, or you know, pull a brand new game out of their hat, or, you know. I think it's going to be amazing either way. We shall see. I always feel like the seasons just come around really, really quick. Amazing stuff. Let's detach that trailer. Delete it. Cover that truck back to the old garage. I will retain it and I will sell it, because I personally don't like it. Let's have a look at the truck store. Now, I did download a few. Let's have a look at Scout. I did download a few Scout vehicles. What have we got there? Ford 1976 Highboy. Oh wow, okay. Eesh. Mole power, baby. Well, that seems rather fitting. Bill. Screw it, let's go for that. Oh, we can have a 10-inch lift kit. Let's have a look at the tyres. Oh wow. Let's go for them. Gaugeable diff lock. We can have a lot of bed junk as well. Bumper. Do you know what? I'm gonna leave the hood off. Yeah, we'll chuck that on. Yes, black all the way. What's that? The gas station simulator. Let's put it out. Just have a play around with it, see how it sounds. Interior look like not bad. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I think it definitely sounds a lot better on the overrun, you know, on the idle. But it's still nice. What? No JB loads on that list. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Quickly put it to the tester. As we got some Nice chunky wheels on there. Nice chunky tyres. I don't think it's going to struggle with much, this thing. Absolutely love it. You know, this is exactly the reason why, you know, I rebought this game. Just being able to do stuff like this, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. What we'll do is we will recover back to the old garage. But yeah, guys, like I say, thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to wrap the stream up for tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to all of you. There will be more of this coming to the channel. And like I say, it just feels so good to be back. So good to be playing Snowrunner. I will be covering the new season as well. And just you know, at my own pace, just progressively going through it as time goes on. But yeah, guys, like I say, you know, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you as always. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. And yeah, I shall catch you all in the next one.